Okay, this video is about sidechaining, but don't click away just yet. Give me a chance, because this is not your usual sidechaining video on how to separate kick and bass. Everybody should know that at this point, and if you don't, there's a video up here. But today is gonna be a little more interesting. We're gonna talk about a sidechain trick you probably don't know. So first of all, of course, not everybody is aware of sidechaining the kick and bass, you know, so that's no problem. Just this video is not about this. Click the link up here to see a video on sidechaining kick and bass. But what we're going to do today is something different. We're also going to use a compressor. We're going to use sidechaining, but something else is going to happen, and it's a trick that is massively going to change up the way you're going to mix your tracks and in the end the power of your sound. So let me show you. We have this kick and bass here, and we have a little synth pattern, and let me play it for you. Pretty cool synth. You can download it for free. Just follow the link in the description. But this video is not about the synth, but rather about sidechaining. So what are we going to sidechain? Well, when I listen to this, you know, there's something coming to my mind. It would be amazing to have a super big reverb and a super big echo. So I've prepared a reverb, actually several reverbs, but let's go with the first one. I've prepared an echo, and let's just put it on, right? So what you're saying now maybe is that this is a little bit too much, a little bit too loud, a little bit like it takes away the power of the sound because it's already overlapping and masking the original sound. And you would be right if you said that. That's not the way to do it. But at the same time, if I do it like this, you can clearly hear that there's not really a masking going on now because the reverb and the echo are super quiet, but at the same time, they do not really fill this space and they do not really give translating the power that I actually want the reverb to have. Like when I hear this, it does mask and it doesn't work like this, but the tail after the synth actually sounds very cool because it's super loud and super strong. So how do we find a right balance? So it doesn't work like this. It doesn't work by finding the balance somewhere in here. Because now what you could hear is there was already some masking going on, but it was still not loud enough, powerful enough beyond the sound, right? So this 50% like best of both worlds idea doesn't work. So here is where the sidechaining comes into place. So we're gonna do the reverb only first. And the very easy thing is I'm gonna enable a sidechain compressor on the reverb. So you might be thinking, how does this work now? What's sidechaining what? So the basic idea is to have the synth playing, right? The track number 3, Serum. And while it plays, the reverb gets ducked away by the compressor. As soon as the synth is stopping, the reverb can come up. So that's actually how sidechaining works, right? The same way if you sidechain your bass to your kick drum, whenever the kick drum plays, there's no bass, right? But as soon as the kick drum is like done playing, right, the bass will come up. And we do the same thing here with the reverb to the original sound. And therefore we have two options actually. So I've prepared this the sidechaining compressor here, right, with the right settings. We can have a look at this in a moment. But what's really important is the sidechaining itself. Like, where do we get the audio from? So there's actually two options. We can either go for number 3 Serum here, right, the track. And isn't that amazing? There's no masking going on, but still this super loud tail in the end, right? So now what we did is we sidechained the reverb to the original sound coming from this track. But for some cases, maybe we want to have different sounds going into the same reverb. Then it would be nice to actually sidechain to both of the things, right? To the hi-hat and the second synth here, right? So at this point, we would have to say, okay, reverb, but also hi-hat. Wait, that doesn't work. So what we do is we go to the send everything goes to, and now the trick is to have pre-FX selected, which means he takes the signal, the compressor will take the signal out of this send, but before all the effects. So basically, what is the signal before all the effects? Let's turn all of them off and have a listen. It's just the synth, right? Because it's only the reverb on there, which is gonna do that. So now if we sidechain to the pre-FX signal of that exact same track, we're sidechaining what's beyond, like before this point. So that's the whole magic, and we're gonna do the same thing with the echo right here. Let's make it even a bit louder. I have the compressor. I'm gonna take the A reverb. That's actually wrong. We're gonna take the B echo this time. In fact, it would be the same signal, but for now, let's go with this, and let's have another listen. So this trick is super helpful for having sounds that you want to be big and upfront and not masked, but at the same time you want them to have a big room, a big reverb, big echo, whatever. It's a very cool technique to separate the two from each other and get a clear, powerful lead or bass sound, for example, but still have a strong reverb, echo, without losing the power of each of them. So if this was helpful for you, check out the full channel because we got a lot of production tutorials on here, and all of them are coming with a free download. So you got over a year of YouTube now with videos from weltsound, and all of them have free goodies available for you. Go check it out. Have a good time, keep making music, and see you next time.